Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining. I am so glad that you did. For those of you who are new, my name is Cheryl, and a very warm welcome into all of my followers who have been following me for years, or 2 years, or just recently. Thank you so much. Well, my friend Brenda Clark, something in my eye. Oh my goodness. She has been doing a lot of mixed media, so I started to bring out some of my mixed media things to do that, and she's really been an encouragement. I'll leave her link below for anybody that wants to visit her. She's first of all, she's the fastest collage person I've ever known. Oh my goodness. I visit her in the mornings because she times her videos to go up early. And I either get up early, or if I can't sleep, then I'll watch her. So anyway, last night I couldn't sleep, so I watched my friend Celeste. I've missed so many people from, not being able to watch videos or do videos. So anyway, I am working on my Themed Journal, which is by Lydia at Raindrop Lila, and she has got a beautiful kit. I mean, just gorgeous. I mean, I have some pages printed just because I needed to get kind of my color scheme and that kind of thing. But and also I was looking online for different things to add to my journal. That's not hers. That's one, it's too big, and two, it was something I got off of it's something I got from Graphic Fairies, but it's way too big. I wanted something to cut out, and then I found one. There's one in her kit and one of her little cards. So these are pretty much, these are from her Seaside Holiday, I think it is. And then there's Nautical. This might be from her Nautical kit. No, this is Seaside Holiday as well. And this one. So I am a huge fan of Homer Winslow. And funny enough, I had gone on a couple of, different libraries that have copyright free to download, different art museums and things like that, looking for Homer Winslow's, and she has just about all of them in the kit. So it was really nice. This is the Nautical. I think it's Classic Nautical, and I mean, so many sketches. And Homer Winslow, he was born in Boston, Massachusetts. We've always lived near the ocean. I mean, within 1 mile to 2 miles. Our kids grew up on the ocean, Plymouth, Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard. And so I have been just dying. This is the Nautical as well. So I've only printed a few pages. I've misprinted some, so I've cut those up already. These I started to just do some inking around the edges to get those ready for backing. Aren't they beautiful? Am I in frame? Oh my gosh, I don't even know if I'm in frame. And there's another one. And then I love her. So yeah, I'm just getting those ready. And what else? And then I've pulled some ephemera, and I printed a couple of my copied letters that I have that are blues. This is 1945, and it was, I think this one was one of my father-in-law's from his, I have a whole box of letters. There's like 130 love letters between my mother and father-in-law. They were a long-distance relationship. They met on a ship. And he was going to Austria. She was going to Denmark. He was from Austria and immigrated when he was 13. And then she was from Denmark, but actually her parents were from Denmark, but she was born at Fort Ethan Allen in Vermont. But anyway, so I have one side, of the letter, but I couldn't line it up. So what I did was, in one of the Seaside backgrounds, I think it's called, there was kind of a bluish paper. So I used that. I don't know if it's showing up in the camera, but it's blue. And then I kind of just inked it up to make it look even older than it is. Although 1945 is pretty old, I guess. And then here's another one that had blue ink. To Josiah and Sally. I don't know who he was writing to here. And then again, nothing to back it with. I can't line them up properly to back it properly. So this is another one of the Seaside backgrounds, kind of in a bluish color. So I thought that would be great. So I've got those ready, started those. Then I went on, this was from the New York Public Library. It's a postcard. It says Bathing Scene, South Beach, Staten Island, New York. And he was originally from Boston, Massachusetts, born in the 1800s. And actually his artwork, his sketches and things like that weren't very popular with the community. He does seascapes, landscapes, all kinds of things. I mean, I've noticed in some of Lydia's digitals that she really does a really good job either recreating or taking things that kind of look like what Homer Winslow would have painted, and does digitals. But anyway, a lot of hers I noticed were sketches of his, but this is just a postcard. So I printed it on just 28-pound HP paper. I printed that on photomat paper, and then I waxed it with this. No, not that. Well, anyway, I waxed it with here it is. It's called microglaze. I use it on my journal covers, but I thought to make it look really like a postcard, I'd use the microglaze. And then I have a whole bunch of postcard backs from Graphic Fairies. And this one says Miss M.E. Saul, 66 Beach Avenue. So I thought, perfect. And then I found a beachy looking stamp. It says St. Lawrence Seaway, USA. So I put that there, and then I just stamped this over it. And so it's got the stamp, and I peeled it off of, a piece of paper, because I have tons of stamps. And then, so it's a United States backing, so that's perfect. But I thought this was cool, Beach Avenue. And saying, they're having a wonderful time and love and good wishes for your birthday, Ethel. So just thought that was great, perfect. And then I found this dollar bill from Singapore, but it's got a seagull on it. So I pulled that, and that's what I've pulled so far. Oh, and then one of my husband's friend works at Sherwin-Williams, and probably 6 months ago, he gave me another book, a couple of wallpaper books. So I went through that, and I pulled all of these wallpapers for it. So these will be great to use. These have a really nice texture. I don't know if it's showing up in the camera. I can put them through the embossing machine. This is a real navy blue. I love it. And it's got like a wave in it. So, yeah, love them. I wish I had had these for my, when I did my Americana journal. But they'll be perfect for this as well. This is kind of a beigey, and it's real, the name of the book is called Simply Silks. And it's a real, like, very nice, satiny, silky finish. So that'll be nice. I don't know what I'll use it for yet. And then my neighbor next door went to the bookstore, our used bookstore, into a couple of shops. I love children's books, and she knows that. I had a whole set of these when I was little. They're Childcraft. I don't have one. And she found this one when she ever walked in with it. I nearly died. So it's copyrighted 1931. And it is Poems for Every Day. I love children's books. I think the graphics are just priceless. Look at this. Sandcastle, the beach. So like I could, you know, cut around this. I mean, oh, that is Eloise Wilkin. It looked like her. I could tell by the face. I wonder if it's all, yeah, that's Eloise Wilkin too. I wonder if the whole thing is Eloise Wilkin. That doesn't say. No, that's somebody else. But look at those images for any journal. It's just great. Look at that. I want to do like a farm type, not real farm, but country, cottagey type journal. So anyway, this is fabulous. I love it. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I nearly died. So she dropped off some books. So when you drop off a book, you can pick a book from there. Pick up, you know, choose a book. There's like a huge stand, and every day they put different books on it. And if you leave a book, you can take a book. So she took this for me. Look at those images. Oh my goodness. I love these books, and I have not ever come across one. So anyway, she got me that. And then she knows I love to sew, stitch and things like that. So this was $3, and she wouldn't let me take any money for it. And it's all these patterns for my journals. Aren't they great? Betsy Ross needlework. Oh my gosh, I love it. That's in blue. 1952. But great for journals, right? I may even try to do some embroidery, you know, following these. Because I am doing a lot of slow stitching, but I could probably figure it out because the whole book is here, including the instructions. Grandmother's Art Needlework. There's two of these, but I don't know if they're the same. 1952. W.T. Grant stores. Remember that? For anybody in Massachusetts. I mean in the United States. Chicago. Look at... I'm so excited. And they're in great shape. And some of mine are so big, like really big, you know, like magazine type things. I want to try and leave that flat so it's folded up. And then these color transfers, which I didn't even open yet, but the tissue paper I'm sure is so fun. Oh my gosh, I could probably iron these on, right? Still, I wonder. I bet I could. they feel like it. How fun. Oh my gosh. And then do thread painting. Yay. What else is in here? 10 cents. Guaranteed to transfer in bright, beautiful colors. I'll bet. Oh, here's another one. This is more subdued. This is more me. The other one's kind of bright. But if I wanted to, if I wasn't going to use that to do cross stitching, I could put it down with glue on paper or something. And, although it's not too bad. I mean, now that I look at it, it's not too bad. For the right journal, I think it's great. So anyway, do that on some fabric and test it out. These I will definitely use. Oh my goodness. How fun. And they still feel like they'll iron on. Fun, fun, fun. Anyway, I had to show you those. Very excited. And I love this. Oh, I love this envelope too. Wouldn't that be great? In a sewing journal? As a pocket or something? Look at that. Celeste, if you're watching, if you've got any ideas. She's made journals out of sewing pattern covers. Oh my gosh, she's so talented. You can visit her too. I'll leave her link below. She just got back from Florida, which I didn't get to see her this time, but maybe next time. She was here for a while this time. So anyway, oh, these go in here. This is another great envelope. Very, well preserved. So anyway, those are my finds. Let's get to today's project. I'm trying to keep that straight. I am so happy. Christine is such a great neighbor. Of course, she got some fabulous things. Oh my goodness. She got some great books too. She doesn't do journaling or anything, but her and her husband are police officers and they work different shifts. And she loves to read, especially old books. Old history books and things like that. And she plays the piano, so she's always looking for music sheets. And so anyway, today, sorry about that. How long have I been chatting? 18 minutes. Oh my gosh, probably already gone. All right, so today I'm going to do some, I did these yesterday. This is, I don't know if it will show up in the camera, but I did this with crackle paste on book page. And it was really funny because I did it on the book page and left it to dry. And when I got back, it was completely turned like, almost like a taco, tortilla. So I had to kind of open it up and I just backed it on some file folder. And then this one, I did some gesso, put it through my embossing machine. I don't know if that emboss is showing up, but to me, that looks like a rope. I mean, it's got little flowers in it, but maybe those are knots. But it doesn't say nautical on the embossing folder. It's over on my little cart, and it's too far away. Not too far away. I could step away for a second and get it, but it's by, I think, Spellbinders. I think. I know it's not like Tim Holtz. I've had it for a while. Pretty sure it's Spellbinders. So here's what my thought is. This is my, this was going to be my cover because I just loved it and I just thought it was so beautiful. And I have the other side as well. I actually had the whole book, took it apart to make a journal and never used it. But it is so, I mean, I suppose I might be able to get corners on that. I don't know, I'll see. But I love the marbling. I just think it's very oceany, very, that particular time period, you know, the 1800s. So, and I don't even know what the name of this book was, but I have a whole bunch of things like that. So I've been using that to kind of measure my things rather than paper. And I have a few scraps already. I have some tea stain paper that part of it looked to me like a sand dollar. I went through all my tea stain paper, and this was with a stencil on lined paper. And that to me looked like a sand dollar. So I cut that out of there. I've been cutting pieces off of it because I didn't really like it. I put too much nutmeg and cinnamon in the tea, and it really came out very orangey, very, I don't know, I just never liked it. So I've been taking pieces of it because, I mean, it's still a good piece. Like these have really great spots, and it's just flicking water on it, you know, after you're done stenciling, you just kind of flick water on it. And then I put them outside in the sun to dry. And sometimes I'll do them on my mat as well. This is a puppy pad. I had a whole bunch of them from when Daisy was sick. So that's what I use when I either dye like doilies, or if I only need like, you know, 10 sheets of tea stain paper, or if I'm practicing with different dyes, I'll do it in here on a puppy pad, because obviously they're waterproof and the water kind of seeps in. So here's my thought before I do anything. I'm going to take my ink, and because that's real white and you can't really see, but I think if I take this ink, which is antique linen, and I don't want to do it real dark, but I do want to kind of give it that, I want to be able to see it, number one, and number two, I don't want it real dark. So this is an experiment, no judging. I'm very brave to do this on video, but hey, why not? You have an idea, go with it. Oh my gosh, and when I was taking out all of my mixed media things, not all of them, but you know, like the gesso, and I forgot I even had this crackle paste. I thought, well, I'll try it, see if it works still, and it did. It's just a little bit glossy for me. Like, in my opinion, it's got like, it almost looks like sort of latex more than like a chalky finish like the gesso. So I don't know whether I did it right, or if I was supposed to put gesso with it, or I don't know. I have no idea. I guess I'll have to take some classes on crackle paste, but I thought it would give it a nice sea, oceany, what I'm going to do with it, so thought I'd try it and make Brenda proud. So I'm going to ink this as well, just to kind of give it that little bit of a sandy look, like sand. And I just used one sheet of book page, you know, from my glue book. I have even another piece already gessoed for some more tags, which I don't know when it was. Was it? It was this morning. I was watching Amy. She does like Stampington Magazine. I saw her at Stampington Magazine, and oh my gosh, she does some great jobs. She does some great work. But she had seen something in, I don't think it was Stampington. No, she was, Oh, it was Pinterest. She saw it on Pinterest. She's real good like that, sharing ideas. Because I don't get on Pinterest very often, which I should get on it much more, but. So, I guess I got my rope, and it did not. I used, like, my hand's not pushing down. It's just kind of brushing over that. And giving it some, so you can see it. So now does it look like a rope? Like a ship rope or something that they would use. Fishnet. Looks more like a fishnet. I did get some fishnet for this project. What else? Oh, I found some mosquito netting that we used to use when we went camping. It's not real big. It's probably fit a window. So I pulled some of that. My die cuts. I won't have any sea die cuts, but ocean themes die cuts, but I do have like, I forget what you call them, charms. I have some ocean themed charms, so. Okay, so then what I thought, I'm gonna put this over here. What I thought I was gonna do is, for the watercolor, I have some pastel watercolors here, and then some more vibrant colors here. I'm gonna try the vibrant colors first and see what the blue looks like. That's usually flat. Unfortunately for this one, I've lost, I probably threw it away. I'm sure I did, because I've used this so often. Like anytime I do watercolor, this is what I use. Or the pastel one, depending on what I'm using it for. And I'm not a watercolor artist by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just thinning it out because I don't want it real vibrant. And the nice thing is too, is it, like this has been in here forever. I don't know what I used it for the last time, but there's some red there, which I usually add a lot of water to. Oh, that has green in it, so I won't use that. See, I mix it, so. And then I'll clean it off. Most times I'll clean it off, so. Let's push some of that up there. I think that's good. Okay, here goes. This isn't the brush I wanted to use. I wanted to use a thinner brush. Sorry about that, guys. I think I want to use this one. Here goes nothing. And I'm thinking it might drip down, like I see so many artists do. They can kind of let it drip and get caught like in that rope. I don't really want to get it on the rope. I'm going to lay it down flat, if you can still see it and see what I'm doing. So yes, Amy at Crafty Cat yesterday or the day before, or it could have been, no, it wasn't today because I haven't watched any videos today. Must have been yesterday. No, I don't know. Last night. It was last night. And I had already, done these yesterday because I wanted them to dry good. It takes a while for the gesso to dry, and then you have to put it through the embossing machine. Then you have to glue it to some cardstock. So I always do it like a day before I'm going to put any paint or anything on gesso, because I don't want it to warp. Well, it's going to warp anyway, and I'll probably put it on another piece of cardstock or something for the back. And I thought that this could be like a tuck spot. I don't really want to get it on the rope. That's why I'm kind of just dabbing here and there. Are you able to see that and see what I'm doing? And I've done this with other embossing folders, but not with watercolor and gesso, with markers. I have, what are they called? Acrylic. They're probably in my paint box. I have a box where I keep all my different markers and paints and stuff under my desk that I pulled out of my closet, so I'd use it a little bit more. And I have some like pastel ones, gold, like gold leaf ones, gel pens, those kind of things. My micron pens, which, I mean, I use those all the time because I love to write with them. Micron pen is, did I bring out any? Yes. These are micron pens. Then they come in different size points. I am just going to add some more water to this so that it like spreads a little bit more. And that's the nice thing about watercolor is it kind of, even though the paint's dry almost, the water, I'm just going to call it, reignites the paint. I so wish I was a watercolor artist. I try. I follow Rachel at Roxy Creations, doing like paint swatches and paint marking and I forget what she calls it. Amy's was fantastic, great idea. If we have time, I'll show you in case you don't follow Amy, which I'm sure you do. She has some great videos. She's so sweet. I'm trying so hard to catch up with people I have followed for so long and didn't follow for so long, because with these migraines, you can't watch a video. You can't do anything. You're paralyzed. Now, since I've added the water, some of the book page writing you can kind of see, but that doesn't bother me. Actually, you can see some of the writing here, but that's okay. I'm going to put something over it. Even if I wasn't, I think it still looks nice. So I'm going to let that dry. It shouldn't take long because it's on the gesso. Good choice in the color. Oh, I think I need a little bit more in here. Watercolor is not supposed to look perfect. And that's why I think I like it so much. It's very forgiving. Well, unless you're a watercolor artist, it's very difficult. There. Can you see that now? It kind of sort of looks like sand. Should I put like a sky in? No, I'm going to leave it alone because I already know I'm going to put something here. I'm just going to let it just kind of trip a little bit. Puddle up, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay, just let it dry. And then for this one, I think I might go with that same blue, or let's see. See, the puppy pad is so great for anything. I think this might be too dark. Ooh, that's really pretty. You probably can't see it, but it's like it's this color. Kind of bright. Let me water it down a little bit more. Gosh, this is so pigmented. I mean, you have to add a ton of water to get a pink. Which is why when my son asked me what I wanted for Mother's Day, I told him that. And he said, you have so many watercolors. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but he said, well, when are you going to start watercoloring? I said, well, I have paint swatches. Oh, I like that color. I'm going to do it that color. And see if this drips. But see how vibrant that was? And now, since I've watered it down, it's not so vibrant anymore. It's not dripping. Oh well. It's all crackled. Looks kind of cool. Very oceany, themey. Such a scaredy cat. Don't want to put on too much. So I'm kind of just dragging it down because it's not dripping like I thought it would. Thought it would drip into all those crevices, but it's not. Well, now you know. If you decide to do something like this, it's really cool. I think even, you know, to make like a forest theme, you could make this like in browns and make it look kind of like a tree. Wow, that's so pigmented. Look at that water. I am spreading that all around and adding tons of water, but it's still very, very vibrant. See? But that's okay. Because I can add water to it because I'm thinking that this is like gesso, right? I'm going to lay it down since it's not dripping like I thought it would. It's kind of just puddling in the crevices, which is great. Oh, my frame. My music turned off. Sorry for going silent. And you know what? I forgot it was even on until it went off. Sorry about that, guys. It's copyright free YouTube music anyway, so if it's in the video, it's fine. I always forget it's on, so I always play. I usually play piano. That's what my favorite is piano. I have a little waterfall in here too, and so sometimes I listen to that. Or an audiobook. Or just nothing and listen to the silence. Pretty. I'm glad I did it this color and not like exactly like the same as the other one. This is more of a aqua. Well, I made it aqua. Well, it was pretty aqua. I've kind of used it all up already. But I think that's plenty. I like it. I think when it's dry, it will show up better, but that's it so far. I think it needs more. I'm going to do it a little bit darker and then add the water because guess what? Making it real light, it's drying very faint. So I can always add water to it. So you know. I love the crackle. Now watch. That's cool. And I am going to sew around these when they're completely dry. Right now it's getting kind of wet. I can kind of feel the edges, you know. I don't know about like in the middle, but the edges are definitely wet. Oh, so pretty. I'm going to add some lace and something else that I think you might like. Of course, you have to add lace to everything. Okay, that's good. I'll let that dry. If it's too dark in places, I can always add water to it. Now, can you see the cracks? And how it's all like, I don't know, to me it kind of looks like it came out of the ocean or something that you would find along the beach. I brought out some shells too to kind of give me some idea of what things look like. Lydia from Raindrop Lila had done a video creating fabric roses. Oh my gosh. So easy. I thought it was so much harder. But that's what she does. She either pictures in her mind what a rose would look like, or, you know, has, or, yeah, I think she said that, or has one in front of her to kind of follow what the petals and things would look like. And they are beautiful. I'll leave that link below too. I better start writing this down. So we've got Amy, a crafty cat, Brenda, Celeste. Who else did I mention already? Okay, that's enough. I think I'm taking more paint off than I'm putting on. All right, this should be dry. Put that over there. I'm not going to touch that. I think it looks great. Can you see that in the camera? I don't know if it's showing up or not. It's really bright, even though the sun's gone that way. Thought I might use different colors, but I stayed with the blues. And this is an 8 brush. They are not expensive brushes. This is a 5/8. For those of you who do watercolor, I do not know what these mean. This one's real flat, so it's good for making those, like when I did the swatches for this. This brush is really good for that, for making those, you know, when we do paint swatching that everybody does. And now they even have digitals that have them in them, which is nice. Okay, so for this one, and see, this is dry because, yeah, because it's a puppy pad. Okay, so I have some scraps already. It misprinted. It only printed part of, it pulled it through. Does that ever happen to you? It pulled it through and then started printing. So I've got this gorgeous sketch. I love sketches. And then all these pieces from the same piece. Another sketch, but that came off of one whole sheet. So I thought to put her maybe here. No, it won't fit. Well, because I have to put some lace somewhere. And did I already say this? Where's my book? What did I do with my book cover? Anyway, oh, it's right here. I even have photos of my children on the beach, gosh, 25 years ago. This is where we used to live in Plymouth. And I took pictures of them on the beach, walking on the beach before we left to move to Florida. So, but it's so gorgeous. Kind of miss it. Well, when I look at the pictures, I miss them. These are just ones I never hung. I have a whole bunch of them hanging, different pictures. That's Nicole, that's Lindsay, my little Lindsay. This is a picture of a picture I have in my kitchen. Not my kitchen, kind of my, well, yeah, it's in my kitchen. It's on a table. And I have all seashells and things like that. And it's a whole, like, sea-themed wall. And this was just before the fire that she was in, the explosion on a beach in Florida, near where we live. Not currently, but where we used to live. Was that the same one? No, Colby's pointing to something. Look at her with a little straw hat. She either had to have hats or her bunny. But, so I thought I'd scan them and put them in. Same beach, same time, probably about 6:30. She was exhausted. She hadn't had a nap. Oh, she's got Bunny. I see Bunny right there. She was adorable in her little hat. So I might use those too. I don't know. We'll see. Just pulling things for ideas to kind of give me some color and what have you. I love photography, in case you haven't noticed. If you follow me, you know. I don't want to cut any of that off. So I guess I'll move it up here and maybe put a sentiment or something down there. And what I thought it would be is a tuck spot right here. Like I glue here and here. And this could be a tuck spot here. So maybe I'll go ahead and glue that. And then I could always put a sentiment or something. I'm just going to glue it down. This is on 28-pound HP printing paper. And I have an HP Envy Inspire. Oh, put it as close to the rope, but not right up against that edge, because then it will kind of look funny. And after I gessoed it and stuff, like what I do is I gesso right on the book page. Like anytime I gesso or do any kind of anything, I'll do it right on the book page and then take it off and then do the size, run it through the embossing machine, and then put the, I think that's file folder, yeah. Because that's from, I have so much of it from Dollar Tree. We don't have a Dollar Tree anymore. Gone with the hurricane. Well, there's one 45 minutes away, along with Hobby Lobby. So I don't get there. Maybe I should have kind of trimmed the corners or something. I don't know. We can add lace. Then I thought, the only script stamp I have is a real big one. So, and I didn't want it specific. Like I have tons of specimen and French. I didn't want French. This is just gibberish. So I'm going to use gibberish. Sound good? So I'm going to just kind of kiss that a little bit. I really like the smell it stays on. Some people don't. I like it. And always keep this on your stays on because it keeps it from drying out. I've had this forever. You know what? I should have done this first. Good thing I tried it. Because it did nothing. Or maybe it's the puppy pad because it looks wet. I don't like this stamp at all, but and somebody told me to stop cleaning it because that's why I'm not getting a good stamp with it. But it's hard not to clean it because I always do with hand sanitizer. So I'm just going to kind of why am I doing it on that in case I use it? Wish I could go this way, but that would be upside down. Maybe I'll try. Yes. Yes, it worked. Yes. It's exactly what I wanted. Not too much. I get so many scam calls. Go this way. Oh my gosh, I like that. Just enough. Okay, put the stamp down. I get 2. Stamp happy. Okay, so far so good. I'm not going to do any lace or anything yet because I'm going to stitch around it. Yeah, that's gonna look really nice as a tuck spot once I get it stitched. I have to change my thread too. I still have either yellow or green in my sewing machine. I haven't looked. But I think I'll do navy in a lot of these, or red. So then, wait, there's more. Oh dear, okay. Well, I thought what we could do is, I have all these little teeny pieces of sea glass that I keep in here. Well, I actually have a huge jar of sea glass, but I pulled some out because Ella, my granddaughter, she's so sweet. She's 11 now, but when she was little, she used to come to the house. This says shell on the inside. See? Little shell. But she used to take things and hide them in all of my little treasure things. But this has some sea glass in it that, and of course all my tiny shells are at the bottom of my large jars, which are probably 2-gallon size, that are underneath my table. So I thought that I would add some sea glass because it's smooth. It's not going to tear the page or anything. Maybe a shell. I won't do it now because it will take too long. This is too big, but it's real pretty. It's too big. And that's too big. But anyway, you get the point. I'm going to do that. So after I stitch around it, I'm going to add some tiny little shells. I don't know if I have any in here. Here's one. Look. It's broken. That's okay. Shells are supposed to be broken. That one might be too big. Yep. all kinds of treasures. Okay, so that's the first one, and now let's see if that other one is dry. Yay, I think it came out great. I will be using it. What did I do with the other one? I haven't got a clue as to what I'm going to do with this one yet, but I like it. And it's still wet, so I can't really do anything. Oh, I know. I was going to put this, like, what looks like a sand dollar to me. Maybe if it's not too big. And then some lace. I have a whole bunch of these buttons that used to be my mother-in-law's. Can you see that in the camera? It is mother of pearl, but it looks to me like either a flower or it could be a starfish. Speaking of starfish, I have a starfish that I really want to use, but it's way too big. And I have tons of sand dollars, but they're big too. Where's my starfish? Look. I have a whole bunch of them, but they're all way too big for everything. It might be all right on a page. Definitely not on that. But anyway, just for inspiration. So anyway, it's way too wet. I'm so sorry. I'm going to let you go. You'll see the picture at the beginning of the video, you know, when I post pictures of things. I really love the color of that. So I pulled out some buttons. I pulled out some laces. Well, I didn't pull these out. These are little bits from my jar. That's kind of sea net looking. So that could go there. It has a pin in it, but I could put the button in there. I have some blue, pink. There's one on the bottom right there, a square. It looks like it has a starfish on it. Of course, right now, that's all I'm seeing is starfish. I'm not seeing flowers anymore. Oh dear. But yeah, that can't go there. No, I'll think of something for that, probably down the edge here. All right, everybody. Sorry that took me so long. I chattered up a lot, and I apologize. Maybe, no, the shells have to go in the net. I don't know, that looks kind of big now that I look at it. Dear. Oh well, we'll think of something. I have so many pieces. Ooh. That might look cool. With this little button up here with some lace on it. We'll see. What else do I have in here from scraps? Plain. I thought I'd use this as kind of like a, I don't know, bookmark or something. I don't throw anything away until I'm done. These will all go in an envelope of scraps, just digital scraps that I use so that I can use them all up. October 17, 1879. No, I like the ships. Love these sketches. Look at those. I'd love to be able to do that. But anyway, you get the point. Sorry to have kept you. I might put a couple of these too, because like I said, I have a whole bunch of them. I might put a couple down here on some kind of lace or something. Is that it? I think so. I'm sure. If you're still here, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next video. All right, everybody. Have a great day. Till next time, be well, be kind to you and others, and God bless. Love you all. Bye-bye.